NBA player James Harden had remained quiet through months of speculation that he is unhappy with the Houston Rockets. On Tuesday night, following back to back losses to the Los Angeles Lakers, Harden publicly acknowledged his discord with the Houston Rockets. Reports indicate that he's looking to shift to Brooklyn. Joining us now to talk more from Charlotte, North Carolina is Roger Green. Roger, let's have a conversation
Yes.
about basketball. There's numerous reports that indicate that Harden is looking to be shipped to Brooklyn to play with former Oklahoma City teammate Kevin Durant. A, where is there truth there? B, how could this affect the entire season?
Yes, all I have to say is Houston, we have a problem. They have literally dismantled their team at this point. Earlier last year, they got rid of Chris Paul, and now they're getting rid of the franchise player, the Beard himself, James Harden. Those accounts are very true. It's a part of a four team trade, Nietzsche, in which I don't think that Houston really got any value out of it. They did not trade. It was not a trade and swap with Kyrie Irving, possibly with the Nets. But it was a free and clear trade for some draft picks. But that's just potential. There's no way that I could, in good conscience, sell away my franchise, a player that has averaged well over 30 points per game over the past 2 seasons, 2 seasons prior to that, around 28 to 26 points per game. The production is just crazy, MVP caliber. And now immediately it shifts the power in the East. Now all of those teams that we talked about, like the Milwaukee Bucks or the Miami Heat, and those teams that were heavy title contenders, they're all wiped away. None of us even talking about it. The Twitter world was going crazy when we found out that Kevin Durant, uh, Kyrie Irving, and the Beard James Harden are going to be playing on the same team. It was just going crazy yesterday when the news was broke.
I can't be mad if Harden is looking to make sure that there's a tight that that he gets a title. What's your response to that?
Yeah, I think he's played for teams that he fell short, and felt like he needed to get that championship. But I think it's the way with which he went about it. He sulked, he pouted, he really forced himself out. He said some incendiary comments the night before, so it was shocking that it happened, but it wasn't necessarily shocking because he said the team just wasn't any good. He didn't show up for training camp. He really wasn't there for his teammates in the latter part of his stay there in Houston. So I wasn't surprised, even though all of us were shocked just to see it on paper, all three of those perennial all stars together. So I don't blame him. It's a business. Teams do what they want to do when they want to achieve an anticipated outcome. So sometimes we look a little harshly on players when they're just sick of being mediocre.
From his statements that he made on Tuesday night, do you think that that the NBA is going to issue a fine, or were his statements not so much, you know, in a space or an issue where they would cause a fine from the NBA? Do you think that they looked down on what he said? Do you think they were thrown off by what he said?
If anything, I think Adam Silver was rubbing his hands like a mad scientist, thinking that now we have a powerful East Coast and a powerful West Coast in two of the biggest major markets on the planet, LA and New York. So do I think he's going to send a fine? No. Do I think that they were worried and upset? No. They were very excited that the balance of power kind of balances out. And any drama is good when you're talking about the business of entertainment. And make no mistake that the NBA, like any other major sports, is an entertainment group.
That it is. Roger, always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's always a pleasure talking with you.